What's going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great. We're back with another boxing conversation. Look, just wanted to quickly chop it up with you guys real fast. A lot of shit going on in the boxing world. We got Ryan Garcia clucked out, yelling at motherfucking boxing fans on Twitter, talking about niggas' jobs and niggas getting fired and that shit. Like, hey, that's the funny shit, man. Because a lot of folks are saying, like, man, he was defending you, so why the fuck you sound why you sounded real crazy? Are you high right now? Are you lit? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, man. I honestly believe Ryan Garcia is on drugs. He is on that shit. Seriously, because the way he acted all fucking sporadic and all this crazy shit, it makes me feel like he's really on that shit. And people trying to make excuses for him, talking about, he's just mental health and all that shit. Man, fuck all that mental health shit, nigga. It's 2024. That mental health excuse is some shit to call off on work, nigga, because that shit's not serious these days. Everybody's using mental health as excuse. Seriously. There's motherfuckers with real trauma in real life that's going through some shit, and this nigga talking about mental health. But anyways, look, Tank versus motherfucking Frank Martin in June. Nigga, this shit gonna be a classic. I honestly believe it's gonna be a classic, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. It's gonna be a classic because this is what this is what we live for in boxing, man. Two skillful guys going at it. It's gonna be great. But a lot of folks are sleeping on Frank, man. They're making it seem like Javante just gonna go in there and just wash dude. And I actually love that because in a situation where they go in there and they fight and that doesn't happen and Frank actually does pretty well, boxing gonna be looking crazy. And that's why, I keep on tweeting stuff about this fight and people are getting upset. I see the Tank fans are saying, "Oh, why you hoping and wishing Frank Martin win and all that shit?" Nah, I'm not hoping and wishing, man. This is boxing, and I understand boxing is not a popularity contest. Sometimes our favorite fighters, favorite personalities, sometimes them niggas get beat up. Like, come on, bro. This is boxing. Like after Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, that should have showed the world that hey, man, it don't matter if you're the nigga on top. If a nigga is under you and he's training hard and he's trying to, nigga, he's determined to fucking win, and you let off the gas, nigga, that can be your ass that night. Like for real, shit happens. But everybody gonna make excuses saying, "Oh, Mike Tyson was partying and all this shit," just like they was making excuses for Javante during the sparring, when Haney talking about he was tired and all that shit. Come on, man. Every, look, unless your name is Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., you're not unbeatable in this game. Shit can happen. And that can happen to Devin Haney too in this Garcia fight if he's slipping. That's why I love this sport because you never truly know until they square off in the fucking ring. My dude Vaughn. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold on, let me share this link. I'll let everybody know we live, nigga. But yeah, Tank versus Frank in June, man. I feel like that's just gonna be a movie, nigga. Especially if it's in Black Hollywood, ATL, or Texas, or maybe even Chicago. But I just doubt they do it in Chicago. And shout out to my people in Chicago. Shout out to my Midwest folks. I'm out here in Minnesota, so that's like a neighboring city for me. That's like I think that's like a 10-hour drive. Not even. That's probably like a 6-hour drive. What am I talking about? From Minnesota to Chicago. But yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, man. And niggas are sleeping on Frank, man. And I love that shit because if he go in there, if he go in there and do his motherfucking thing, niggas gonna be like, ah, damn, man. I don't know, Tank. You might have to tighten up just a little bit. And oh, Tank was just, it was inactive and all that shit. And this is why inactivity is important and niggas need to focus on this, and that. I can hear all types of excuses and all types of bullshit going on. But we'll just have to see it, man. Y'all share this link and let everybody know we on here live right now. Yeah. But anyways, look, I feel like Frank has all the tools in the book to beat Gervonta Davis. But the thing is, the experience. The experience. Tank has an underrated IQ. He's real fast. He got that power. He's very accurate. He knows where to punch. You know, he knows where to punch. And Frank, sometimes, he do leave himself open. He definitely do, and you'll never know. He might get caught trying to do something. And and that's one way I feel like that fight can play out too. Like Tank can fuck around and have some steam, probably even crack Javante one good time or some shit. And then as soon as he feeling himself, he might just get sniped. That could happen. That can happen, man. But a lot of folks don't want to see it though. They don't want to see it. They think that Tank is untouchable. There's no way he can lose, and this, that, and that. Which is cool. That's cool. But if you go in there getting touched up, don't be looking all surprised and shocked, nigga, because this is fucking boxing. We ain't seen the greats, nigga. We done seen the fucking greats get touched up by niggas that wouldn't they wasn't supposed to get touched up by. Straight up. And this is why I be trying to call people out too, because they like, oh, Art, man, you just a Haney fan and all that. Nigga, if you a real boxing fan, you will understand that niggas can get touched regardless of who you are. Niggas is called be a hater because I'm saying, hey man, even though I feel like Tank gonna win this fight, you never know. This brother, this is the first time Tank is fighting an undefeated Southpaw FBA fighter, in the pros. And to be honest, you think the guys that he fought prior to fighting Frank Martin is going to really get him ready to fight somebody like Frank? Really, though, just boxing skill wise, Rolly, he don't got it. Cruz, he don't got it. Ryan Garcia, he don't got it. I feel like motherfucking Frank Martin is a better fighter than those three. I honestly do. He may not have the achievements, you know, but he could do it. Because just look at him. He's a fresher fighter. Haven't been through any wars. He haven't been stopped. You know what I'm saying? Never been dropped, to my knowledge. He's athletic. He's grinding. He got one of the top coaches in the game. He's been having him for quite a while now. So you never know. My dude D Hive, he said, take TKO 8-9 stretch. And why do y'all feel like it's gonna be late? Why not early? I've been seeing a lot of that. I've been seeing a lot of. Why do y'all feel like it's gonna be late and not early if Tank gets the stoppage? Do you feel like it's because Frank is gonna put up he's gonna put up a little bit of competition? Do you feel like he's gonna Frank? Do you think Tank's gonna start slow and work his way towards it, or you feel like, or what? Just let me know. I want to know people's thoughts on that because I feel like the general idea of the fight from fans or the general pick, they feel like it's going to be a close fight until, like you say, the sixth, eighth, ninth round, and then Tank is just going to stop him. So that's what makes it a great fight, though, because both sides benefit from this win. And look, I've been said this fight was going to happen months ago, because I said it kills two birds with one stone. It kills the narrative that Tank doesn't fight undefeated Black Americans. And it kills the email champ because he's fighting for a belt that night, even though he really has the belt right now. They're gonna make it seem like, oh, he's fighting for the belt against Frank Martin. Nigga, he already got that belt right now. But fans don't want to call him the email champ and all that. And I don't want to call him the email champ either, because that shit's stupid. But it's gonna kill two birds with one stone, get that shit over with. But man, oh man, every boxer, every boxer goes through it, where they have this aura of, I wouldn't say every boxer, I would say every elite boxer. They have this aura of like being like untouchable, unstoppable. There's no chink in their armor. There's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing. They're just this guy, monster, until they run into a certain fighter. And even if they win the fight, niggas start looking like, man, I did see you get hit with that left. I did see you get hit with that right. Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. Before the fight, niggas was saying Ryan Garcia fast, young kid, next Oscar De La Hoya, all that shit. As soon as Luke Campbell dropped him, niggas said, I don't know. I don't know. Put this guy in this with this guy, you never know. It happens just like that, bro. This might be the fight where Tank fans get brought back into reality. Straight up. So what if Frank is just as fast and he sets up trap for Tank that neutralizes power? Grown men will cry. Dog, I know it. And that's what I said on the timeline. I said Nick has to pick himself up off the canvas. The timeline is gonna be sick as fuck because there's grown men right now telling me, nigga, ain't no way. And I'm talking about these niggas was fucking watching boxing when Mike Tyson was fighting Buster Douglas, and they telling me there's no way Tank can get hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that these guys are the same fighters. I'm just saying that sometimes popular boxers who look unstoppable do get stopped.
Yeah, sometimes it do happen like that. The reason why I said, well, first of all, thank you for having me on. How you doing?
What's going on,
And
brothers? Feeling like 2022 all again. We all live again. It's been a minute.
and number one, like when you were, because I didn't even believe it when you were saying that this fight was going to happen. It was funny because even dudes like Ellaby were like, "Nah, shut the fuck up, you know what you're talking about." And then fast forward, and the fight is here. But the main reason why I said what I said is because based on what we've seen from Frank Martin, it doesn't matter if his performances were, the one that was bad or the ones that were good. Around the time, like around the 7-8 mark, that's where Frank starts to fade a little bit and starts having the majority of his defensive lapses. And with Tank, whenever he's in a position and he doesn't get an early knockout, whenever he's with someone that may have, above average speed, may have above average power, that's right when he activates. Because he'll give you a lot of the early rounds to figure you out, see how hard you punch and see how fast you are. But once he's in a position where the scorecards even might look close, where he hasn't been throwing that many punches, they don't activate because you can't risk with a fighter like Frank Martin, you being down on the cards and it's the fucking 11th round. Like that's not a lot of time to work with because then all Frank Martin got to do is concentrate most of his energy into moving his feet. And if you can't get him out of there, then what? Then you look
Then niggas
crazy.
gonna be you gonna get the W, but niggas gonna be looking like, maybe that Haiti fight is a lot closer than we thought.
Right, like we, because it is a Tank fight after all. Of course, the judges are obviously it's better if Tank wins for boxing, so Frank Martin might not get his just due. But me personally, with Tank's skill set and the power output, I do believe that at some point Tank is gonna force an exchange because don't get it twisted. In order for Frank Martin to get any offense off, he has to get within the line of fire, and that's right where Tank shines. If you have to exchange with Tank, you're gonna lose. That's why
Because
I
he got that
believe that.
IQ. He's smart.
Right, and it's so annoying when you think anybody's better than Tank. People say, "Oh, you so you said Tank can't box?" No, motherfucker, that's not what I said. Shit is so
I
annoying.
know, nigga. I hear this shit all the time, nigga. Even
So,
Leonard
so what you
Ellaby,
saying? Tank can't
even Leonard
box? Like,
Ellaby go back
no.
and forth with me talking about some. I'm with the ops and shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna let you slide on that, old man, because I respect you, but nigga, I don't even say the ops, nigga. You older than me, nigga. We don't say that shit for real. Come on, bro.
With Tank's recent testimony, at one point TMT was the ops. Are we wrong?
I
Are we wrong?
know, and that's the thing. I smoke a lot of weed, man, but my memory on this boxing shit is pretty good. I do remember that time
Tank
where
fucking blamed
Tank was saying
TMT.
he accused Leonard Ellaby of picking Rolly to knock out Tank.
Tank said that TMT was the reason he wasn't getting big fights. Tank said TMT might have set him up to lose to Rolly. So the fact that LB keeps talking like he's still heavily involved in the Tank business is wild to me. I mean, I don't personally give a
Because
fuck,
he
but
know
at
he
one
because the reason why Leonard Ellaby can move like that is because he knows something we don't know, and that's fine because he's in the business of working with Tank and all that. So it's like, of course he's gonna feel this way. Of course he's gonna continue to promote Tank. He may have some type of ties with Tank that's long term that we don't know about.
I don't know. I don't personally care, but at one they making it seem like they've never had any problems. I'm like, bro, at one point Tank was referring to you as the ops. So let's calm all this shit down.
I know, but it's all good. It's all good. This is boxing. Um, Frank Martin versus Tank though, nigga. If that shit's in fucking Texas, oh my god, that shit's gonna do numbers.
That's weird that they haven't all place. I mean, it's like
You kind of breaking in and out. Might have to back out or back in or come back in.
okay.
But yeah, if they fight in Texas, man, that's just gonna do fucking numbers, bro. Niggas gonna show up. They gonna show out. Nigga, black and Mexican Americans gonna be there. It's gonna be big, super big, super big. Man, I already know that's just gonna sell out because look, this is Tank's first time fighting a undefeated brother in the motherfucking pros. Like, come on, bro. That's just gonna do fucking numbers. Definitely. And I respect Devin Haney and Ryan Gar. I really don't respect Ryan Garcia, but I respect Devin Haney. But nigga, Ryan Garcia is fucking trash, man. And I feel like he's trying to kill the fucking fight, doing all his antics, nigga. He really is, which was gonna result in like probably low ticket sales or whatever. And it's gonna feed the haters saying, "Oh, you couldn't even sell this and that." You already know how that shit's gonna go. So I really don't fuck with Ryan Garcia. So Haney needs to just go in there and knock this dude out and move on to the fucking next fight. But right now, this fucking Frank versus motherfucking Tank, that's definitely outshining that fight because that's two brothers fighting. When two brothers get down, we already know it's gonna be action packed. We already know that. Haney's fighting a quitter. Motherfucking Ryan Garcia quit before, and we already know a quitter can fucking quit again. So come on, man. I ain't feeling that shit.
All right, is that better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anyways, so where was we at?
Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just like I was speaking on this Ryan Garcia and motherfucking Ryan Garcia versus Haney and Frank versus Tank. Like, which fight is a bigger fight?
Well,
And we
obviously,
already know
any fight that Tank,
we already know it's gonna be the Frank versus Tank fight. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, any fight that Tank is a part of is going to be bigger. But honestly, the reason why Tank fans are so geeked up is because for the first time out of the big three, Tank is fighting the best guy for the first time. Because I have no reservations. I have no reservations that Frank Martin is better than Ryan Garcia. I have no reservations about that. It's never been something I denied. But this is for, and especially because now that Tank has the title, this is a fight that people are more excited about. You know, so obviously, yeah, because he's fighting the best opponent, people are super excited about it. So it is a big fight. Yeah. But it's going to be good. Is it what I would prefer? Not really. Are people forgetting that Frank Martin was coming off of a tough fight against Artem Hartunian? Yes, absolutely. But it is what it is. You know how groupies are. Regis comes off a tough fight. He's fighting guys off a tough fight. I remember before this, tank stands were calling Frank Martin the old man prospect, which I thought was pretty
I
funny.
know. You noticed that how quiet that became? That
But
narrative,
now
bro, that shit was it's so quiet. I don't hear that shit no more.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Tank fighting him. Oh, Frank Martin is the best fucking lightweight contender on earth. I'm like, oh, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Now that Tank is fighting him. That shit funny, man. It's just like when people said Bibble was boring as hell and couldn't punch until Canelo signed it. Then all of a sudden Bibble was the ultimate badass. I'm like, oh, ain't that some shit? That's crazy. Yeah, you know how it is. Now all of a sudden the email belt don't exist no more. I mean, you know how it is. But it's whatever. Every sport needs groupies, as long as they spend the money, I suppose.
Hey, that's some funny shit, man. That is some funny shit. I'm about to tweet that shit right now, man. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just funny because this shit was just happening like not 6 months ago. Tank stands used to make fun of Frank Martin, the prospect of him fighting Tank. Oh, he's a 30-year-old prospect. He ain't accomplished shit. He looked like ass against Artem. Who is this guy that he deserves the Tank fight? Tank all of a sudden wants to fight him. Oh well, shit, man. Frank Martin, the guy, he can whoop everybody out. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, do you people not fucking hear yourselves? God damn it, there's like no consistency. Shit is annoying. Like it's just like me. People always try to go around and make sure I'm consistent. I wasn't excited about Tank versus Ryan. That's why I'm not excited about fucking Haney versus Ryan because I don't like Ryan getting big fights. He's annoying and he fucking sucks. That's what consistency is. It would be stupid if I turned around and say, "Oh, look at how excited I am about fucking Haney versus Ryan." That'd be fucking dumb. Shit,
I
all
know
I
if,
said,
if folks
yeah,
if folks try to spin that on me before, and I try to tell them like, you see, like I don't fuck with Ryan Garcia. I never really have, never. And I'm at the point where I can't even hide it no more. Like where niggas be like, "Oh, you can't be biased, nigga." I'm totally biased. Fuck Ryan Garcia, bro. I just want Haney to just end this fucking hype so we can just move on to better fights, man. You see
he
your
should
boy,
have
you
never
see your
had
boy
any.
Shakur, you see your boy Shakur down there begging Ryan to fight him after Haney. Like that shit's crazy, man. Like just leave this shit alone.
Bro, you and I were sounding the alarm on Shakur before it was popular. All these niggas swore he was the best thing since fucking sliced bread, the second coming of Christ, all that shit. And now that he's showing you who he actually is, people are like, oh no, man, you just don't know Shakur's heart. Well, you know them other dudes. Like, man, fuck all that. Just say you might have been wrong. That's it. And move on about the shit. God damn, like I don't understand why the people who don't provide fans with anything get so much fucking support. I'll never get it. What the fuck is Shakur giving you outside of lies? Oscar Valdez? Robson Conceição, you gonna say he's the ultimate badass because he got a draw against
Dog,
Navarrete?
it's gotten to a
Fuck,
point.
man.
It's got to a point where the Shakur fans that used to tell me all the stuff like this nigga gonna go toe to toe with Pretty Boy Floyd and shit. These niggas is telling me like basically now we're just being making boxing a soap opera, making it more about the drama and this that instead of actually fighting the best. But it's like, nah,
I
nigga, you can't just switch it up now that your man's being exposed as a fucking liar and a capper. You gotta stand on that. You gotta say, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, my dude's he moving real shaky. Hopefully he gets it together.
But right now, Shakur is looking real crazy on the net,
I just
saying
don't
that
like
the
the fact.
25% nobody never offered it, but it's fucking film and record of you saying out your own mouth that the 25% was there.
I just don't
Shit's
like the
crazy.
fact that people. I just don't like the fact that people are always making up some fucking defenses for him. I'm like, when are you gonna acknowledge he's a fucking liar? Like, it doesn't matter. Not to mention, if he's as long as he's not giving you any fights that you want, and he's fake retiring and doing all that bullshit, just move on. Move on and focus on fighters that are actually giving you fights. Focus on Tank. Focus on Haney. Focus on Estrada and Bam and everyone who's actually putting in work, man. Fuck Shakur for right now. You got to see who he's coming back against. But I'm telling you, these guys constantly repeat the same shit over and over again because they know after a certain point, the fighters will start repeating the shit. Now, all of a sudden, Benavidez is too big. Before, it was Canelo's going to knock him out because he sucks. Fast forward to today, oh, Benavidez is too big anyway, 25 pounds rehydration. But meanwhile, Canelo did the same thing to other guys. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Now you need 200 million? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, it's just
Bro,
some
nigga,
bullshit.
this shit with Canelo, it's like we all know what it is. Everybody know what it is, bro.
I told people he was going to retire without fighting Benavidez, and they said, nah, man, you just can't see the play. He got to take out fucking this guy and then set up with this guy. I'm like,
And then
bro,
everybody talking about some, oh well, they talking about they'll fight in September. Well, nigga, what's gonna go on with this fucking Ryan? Not this Ryan, this Munguia fight. Hopefully he walks through this guy because if this is a fucking tough fight and you get injured or some shit, ain't gonna be no September fight.
it's just like when people were telling me that Shakur is better in Tank. Better than Tank. My question to them was, what can Shakur do that Tank cannot also do? I applied the same logical question to Benavidez versus Bivol. What exactly did Bivol do that David Benavidez cannot also do? He's gonna lose the same fucking way. Benavidez is gonna throw a lot of fucking punches. He's gonna try that stupid ass head rolling shit, get bopped, and then lose. Or worse, Benavidez will stop him. There's no difference. I
Nigga,
mean, I'm not saying that they're fighting.
I rewatched Andre versus fucking Benavidez, man. I ain't gonna lie. I see why niggas is talking about 150 M, 200 M's because it's like, bro, this nigga Benavidez beat the shit out of this nigga Andre. It was to a point where like Andre, he was boxing well, but everything that he did was it just wasn't enough to really affect Benavidez.
You
If
can't hurt him. He's too big.
Canelo knows if he goes in there and throws great combinations and fucking Benavidez eats that shit up and still standing, it's gonna be a stoppage knowing how that nigga gas tank be.
Yeah, and Canelo, like, he doesn't really move his feet anymore. He just stands with you and he prays that you're not gonna be able to hurt him. Like, that's why people talking about this Munguia shit like it might be something. I'm like, the fact that y'all are giving Munguia's trash ass a chance should tell you everything you need to know about Benavidez. Because Benavidez will knock Jaime Munguia the fuck out. Like, we're not even discussing that. Like to put it to you in perspective, Charlo on his most trash night after a 2 years layoff, that version of Charlo looked better than prime Mugia. Like, real talk. People talking about, like, people are acting like that because Munguia stopped Ryder, that Deverenchenko didn't have his ass on roller skates and out on his feet in the fifth. Mind you, Deverenchenko is somebody that Charlo washed with ease, somebody that even Triple G struggled to beat. So it's like, man, I'm like, y'all gotta
But
stop
they
the
say
bullshit.
triangle theories don't work in D-Hive. It don't work in boxing, bro.
It's not about a triangle theory. It's about look at their styles, look what they can do, look how they execute. Like, it's not about styles whatsoever. I mean, it's not about triangle theories whatsoever. It's about styles. That's why you say, oh, Shakur is better than Tank. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's talk about it. What can Shakur do
Man,
that Tank cannot also do?
bro, what the fuck is gonna happen with this guy Shakur? Who's he gonna fight next, bro? Might as well just run it back with Jamel Herring.
People are saying that Shakur is gonna fight Tank. I'm like, Dude, he didn't even really want to fight Haney like that. What fucking indication do you have that he's gonna get aggressive with Tank? You see him on the timeline. That's my man, man. We cool. That's the guy, man. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Whenever
coach. Can't
fucking
wait to see
Shakur
you
do
again,
that,
coach. Like, nigga,
yeah.
what the fuck, man?
Whenever Shakur do that, he don't want to fight no goddamn body. And not to mention, Calvin already said, why would they fight Shakur? Because they're concerned Tank isn't going to look as good as he normally does, which is true. So it's like they both have no interest. I don't know why people keep fucking saying that. Oh, shit, Shakur trying to set up shit with Tank, blah, 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 blah. Like, what? Based off of what? What indications do you have that he's trying to do that?
Man. And then we already know, like, we got to a point where we know Shakur Stevenson can't pass the gun line fucking with Bob Arum, bro. It's not even our opinion. It's a fact. If Bob Arum don't want it, it's not happening.
Yeah, he like Shakur been struggling to fight fucking Navarrete since 126, but niggas think he a
Bro,
shot caller
they straight up pulled the rug out of under Shakur's fucking leg. You know why they probably pulled the rug? Because they said, nah, we can't sell no Shakur versus Valdez. I mean, not Valdez, Navarrete.
Navarrete. They
After
didn't want to
that shit,
sacrifice. They didn't want to sacrifice Navarrete that early because they know they can get more mileage out of him, which they're doing. This nigga done got like what 4 vacant belts? Like, come on, the fuck. I mean, man, but it
nigga, and
just bothers
they
me.
still pulling that shit on him. And Shakur, like they still pulling that, like, bro, you went through the same shit with the fucking Valdez, like, nigga. It took a Terrence Crawford racial fucking discrimination lawsuit for you to get a fucking Valdez fight, nigga. Now they got a gang of black fighters, so you can't even say they pulling some race shit now. It's over
It's
with,
just
nigga.
it's just funny to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was basically saying that seeing that they signed so many black fighters now, you can't pull the racial discrimination shit now because they're gonna say we have so many fucking black guys that we didn't fucking build up the careers and put money in pocket, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
crazy. Shakur, he might have to just not re-sign with them niggas and try to sign with the zone or some shit. PBC.
I mean, yeah, but it's just funny to me how Shakur has these issues getting these fights, and people acknowledge these issues, but they keep acting like he's some fucking big boss hog that can call shots. He deserves 50-50, and he's over here trying to matchmake for fucking Abdullah Mason because Shakur would never, let's get it on the record, Shakur would never fight Abdullah Mason if he was in the position to. That's why the moment everyone started acknowledging Abdullah's talent, he said, oh yeah, he next. He next, bro. He next up after me. That means I don't want to fight him. And I'm like, bro, even if you were in the same class as him, you would never fucking fight Abdullah. That's why you keep trying to use him as an attack dog on people like Kid Austin. And it's funny because people like I don't give a fuck about Kid Austin, right? But him and De Los Santos have the same credentials. So when people talk about, oh, who is Kid Austin? Nah, man, fuck that. Like De Los Santos, they have the same fucking record. They're at the same place in their career. Fuck do y'all be talking about? Swear to God, I don't know what the fuck Shakur has done to deserve all of this special protection and shit, but it's fucking weird. Like, what the fuck?
Fantasy fights, bro.
Like him, Lomachenko, Tiafimo, no matter what fucking happens to them, dudes will defend them no matter what. These motherfuckers can lose. Fucking Lomachenko got 3 losses, and niggas are still talking about he's the best lightweight on earth. How? How? The fuck do y'all be talking about? Like, that's what it's gonna take, man. Like, for motherfuckers to wake up. These niggas are gonna have to fucking lose. And even then, there's still no guarantee people are gonna be honest. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how y'all pick and choose these fucking fighters, but like, just Jesus. Like, it's fucking weird, man. Like, Tank has earned his cult at the very least. Do I like Tank's cult? No. But has he earned it? Yes. Shakur ain't done a motherfucking thing to earn his goddamn cult. Talking about, oh, 3 champ. I'm like, okay, yeah, you what? Joed Gonzalez, Robson Conceição, Valdez, Herring. Come the fuck on, man. The guy who knocked out Herring when Herring was in his prime didn't even get that much goddamn credit. So, like Shafikov, that nigga could be dead right now. So
nigga,
it's like,
nigga,
come
our
on,
man
bro.
was in a 50-50 fight, nigga. Matter of fact,
Right?
I'll scrub that nigga. Fuck you talking about.
Like, it's just wild. It's just wild to me how dudes are said to be above and beyond, but they don't do above and beyond things. Like knocking out Herring had already been done. Valdez had been pre-exposed by Conceição. I'm not taking anything away from these things, but especially the way Shakur is conducting business and handicapping himself. This whole he's the supreme guy, he's avoided. Not all that gotta stop until further notice, man. Fuck. I'm not saying he's not as good as everyone else is saying. I'm saying let's give him the opportunity to prove that.
And you
Like at the
know, the best way for Shakur to get out of this situation, you know, is to just go in there and fight somebody like unexpected. Like you might have to fight somebody at a disadvantage of yourself. Like you might have to jump up and wait and beat a nigga like Matias ass or something out of nowhere.
no, bro, just fight Raymond Murataya, knock him out, and we're cool. Or I mean, I'm
But
not
who
gonna
said
put the
they want
knock him out.
that nigga want to fight him though? Somebody who knows who they have a clear advantage over him is gonna want to fight him. Nobody's on an on an equal playing field is gonna want to fight him. If we being real,
I mean,
he has to
that's
do
fucking.
something unexpected. Describe.
There is no equal playing field in nature. I mean, we all use what we have, and I take that back. He doesn't have to knock out Raymond Murataya. Just beat him, and I promise he'll be back in the good graces of everybody. Because Raymond Murataya is a solid opponent, undefeated, young, looks good, can do a lot of damage if you don't prepare for him. Beat Raymond, and we're straight. That's it. And like people
What's
said,
up,
oh,
my
he's not gonna.
guys? Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. I know it's been a minute since I've been on fucking live for real, but shout out to everybody. Shop at artmanapparel.com.
I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
But yeah, Javante versus motherfucking Frank Martin in June, man. That's just gonna be a fucking nice fight. And then hopefully, they either fight the winner of Lomachenko versus Kambosos for a title, Shakur Stevenson, or move up and fight Devin Haney. That's all I want to see. And people like, oh, our man just be hated. He hates Javante Davis. No, I don't hate Javante Davis. I just want to see that nigga fight the people I want to see him fight. And this Frank Martin fight, you notice I ain't criticizing. I ain't saying, oh man, this nigga suck.
No,
Nice
it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
fight.
There's absolutely nothing to complain about. Yeah, there's no issue with this fight. It's perfectly fine. And also Javante gonna get more credit because he's coming off of a difficult situation where he was locked up unfortunately, and training camp is weird and all that. So this is good shit.
Said I might go if somewhere in the Midwest. If it's in Chicago, I might just drive. I might just fucking rent a whip and just drive out there.
Ain't people saying it's gonna be in Texas?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, people saying it's gonna be in fucking Houston, which that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Frank versus Tank. Nothing wrong with it. It's cool. Like I said, personally, is it what I would have preferred? Not really, but hey, it's good. No hating on it.
It's
But yeah,
something, you know. Like
asking
I said
Tank
though,
to fight.
it kills the narrative of Tank don't fight Black American fighters.
Well, Rolly is Black American. He just sucks, and Rolly's
Nah,
only half.
I mean, nigga, I don't know about that. Rolly looking like nah. He more
He's half.
more
He's
like
half
Cuban
FBA,
American. If me,
he's half FBA, half Cuban. He just sucks. He's just terrible.
I don't know if I don't know about that one.
He just
I don't
he
know if I
got
can qualify Rolly nigga in that conversation, but Frank Martin though, you know he's from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Midwest nigga. Moved down south. Got Derrick James. I feel like Derrick James. He's needs to just fucking focus on Frank Martin and say fuck Ryan Garcia.
I don't think Ryan doesn't have any faith that he's going to win, and neither do I. I mean, personally, I don't. I've never thought Ryan could beat Devin, and that hasn't changed at all. Like, Ryan's not good. I've been watching Ryan since he was at 130. Most people don't even know he fought at 130, but yes, he started at 130, and he has sucked ass in every division he's been in. Like, he's never been fucking good. It's like, so I mean, hey man, fuck you, man. I don't expect Ryan to do anything. I expect him to look like garbage. I
He's been
expect
in
Haney to
what
kill him.
he so you telling me he's been in all these divisions and he ain't win now one belt?
No, yeah, he's been to 130, 135, and 140, and he's fighting for a title right now. So
Haney need to get this nigga out of boxing, bro. Haney has to win this fight by like fucking destruction.
But why do you think Ryan is now talking shit to YouTubers? Because that's where you're gonna go to next. You're gonna probably do that Misfits shit.
He gonna get on this Joe Rogan shit with
Yeah,
the
he
flat, what
gonna
they
do.
say, the flat earthers and shit. He gonna be
Well,
able to come niggas talking about some bullshit and red pilling, the red pill.
well, he already has a podcast that he talks on, so that's why he's talking to YouTubers now, because that's what he gonna do next. He gonna move over to some Jake Paul type shit.
Fuck it, he'll fuck around and get a Netflix documentary.
Ryan Garcia in the Victorville Shell. Oh shit! Yeah,
He
yeah.
go
You
fuck
know,
Frank Martin. Frank not ready for that level. I don't think. If the fight is close, what does that say about Dev or anything at all? And that's what I'm thinking too. If the fight is close, then niggas gonna be looking like, damn boy, you might have to just. I see why you don't want to run it with Dev at a higher weight. But who knows? They might make some bullshit excuse and say, well, Frank was just really that good.
I mean, Southpaws struggle with Southpaws. Like, whenever people say, I don't know, man, Devin Haney can't fight a Southpaw, I'm like, everybody struggles with Southpaws because there are fewer of them in boxing. And that's why you see a lot of dudes that are not even left-handed today converting to Southpaw, because that gives them a better opportunity to beat Orthodox fighters. But even Southpaws struggle with other Southpaws. I'm not saying that's going to be a difference maker. I'm saying that if Tank, struggles more than usual or whatever, that could be a contributing factor. And also, Frank Martin is talented. We can't take away from Frank here. He is a talented fighter. So, but Frank and Devin fight totally different. So I'm not going to use like one gauge for the other. I mean, am I going to talk a little bit of shit? Sure, but I mean that's well deserved after all the fucking shit I've taken. But they, they're different. They're different fighters. I believe that Haney would beat Tank in a hypothetical matchup, and I've always believed that. The same as I've always believed Haney would beat Ryan. But the Frank and that's not gonna tell me a whole lot, because Frank is totally different than Haney. Frank is totally different than Shakur, despite them both being southpaws. So that wouldn't say shit either.
I think Tank right now he's in his physical prime. So he should do really well, seeing that his experience level is really high.
And also, I'm gonna keep mentioning it because everyone is afraid of the retribution of tank stands. Frank had a tough fight against Artur Martunian. Yes, I understand he came back alive in the last 2 rounds and almost stopped him. He went the distance, had a tough fucking fight, same as Regis. Let the record show it. People keep talking all this bullshit. He only cherry picked Regis after the tough fight. Where was the Tank interest before
The
he
new
got Artur
narrative,
fight?
the new narrative that's killing me is he's fighting these old guys. Everybody Devin Haney is fighting is old. Look
Yeah,
at them. They're a foot in the fucking senior home.
Yeah, Cambosis and JoJo Diaz were both under 30 when Haney fought him, so that's some bullshit. But again, they'll talk about age, but then they'll still talk about Lomachenko like he's the greatest thing ever. I'm like, so is he old? Is like what is this? Like we can't sit here and act like fucking Lomachenko wouldn't beat up Hector Garcia or none of these other dudes. Hector Garcia lost his first title defense.
Lamar Roach just made that nigga fucking Hector Garcia look like what Devin Haney said he was. A
Yeah,
fucking tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Remember niggas was having a fucking heart attack because Devin Haney called that nigga Hector Garcia a tune-up.
and that's how you know a lot of dudes don't watch these guys fights because, like I said, Hector got dropped in the first by somebody that Stephen Fulton stopped. That dude Alvarez fucking dropped Hector in the first round. Stephen Fulton, who's not even known for power, stopped that dude. So it's like, man, y'all gotta, watch
But
boxing with a little bit
I'm
more
not gonna
context.
discredit. I'm not gonna discredit Tank's win over Hector Garcia. It was a good win, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's a better win than Regis because that's what they're basically trying to make it seem. Bro, Regis became the worst fighter in boxing overnight, bro.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's the exact opposite for Haney. People said Haney was running. People said Haney was running from 140, and then when he went up to 140, it became he's running to 140. So it's like these dudes are not to be taken seriously. They just don't like Haney. Hating Haney is popular. If you show any Haney support, you're gonna get cooked. That shit, these dudes are not even genuine. That's why they have to make up lies for Shakur every single day because every time Shakur does an interview, he debunks the bullshit they tried to put out there for him.
You see your man, Lil Africa. You
Oh,
look, Lil
who
Africa.
gives a shit what Hitchens talking about? Nobody cares about Hitchens. Hitchens was acting like he wasn't excited to fight Montana Love, somebody who we've been known was garbage.
Bro,
Garbage.
he wanted that Montana Love fight so bad, like dog. He
That
be like,
that was
bro,
that was about to be his biggest fight. His biggest fucking fight was going to be Montana Love, a nigga who sucks, who's never been good. Niggas trying to tell me, remember when niggas trying to tell me Montana Love was the second coming of Adrian Broner because he had a beard and he's from fucking Ohio? That
and
nigga
he got
trash.
tattoos and shit. Yeah, I know,
Trash.
I
Niggas
know.
just say anything. I know everybody miss AB because he was a real nigga. I do too, but that nigga's gone. And ain't nobody coming back like AB.
Yeah, I was talking about Ryan versus Dev being close. Maybe what does that say about Dev? Oh, I don't know. I don't think that fight's gonna be close. I don't, and I don't think Dev should even try to take that shit lightly because this nigga Ryan Garcia, he throwing them unorthodox punches. Still dangerous,
You
but
can't bullshit around Ryan.
but Devin's one of the most disciplined fighters out here. So I'm pretty sure he gonna stick to the game plan. This nigga literally had Regis Prograde down there out on his toes, and this nigga didn't even fucking press the issue because he said, you know what, just gonna stick to the plan and just outbox this nigga.
And
I feel
also
like
reason
I don't think he's gonna risk it to fight to stop Ryan Garcia, but
which he shouldn't.
who knows?
Because see, the thing is, you gotta let the knockout come naturally. If you, especially if you're a fighter that isn't known for your power, you have to let the knockout come naturally. If you try to force a knockout, that's how you get fucked up. That's how you get fucked up. So yeah, he shouldn't. He shouldn't do any of that. He should just do what he normally does, stick to the game plan, and then just win. That's all you gotta do is just win. I mean, you're already not known for power, so why risk your reputation trying to get a knockout over a dude that somebody already knocked out?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no point.
What he needs
Because
to do is just go ahead. My dude Devin Haney, he needs to just go ahead and beat motherfucking Ryan and buy tickets to fucking Tank versus Frank Martin, nigga. And just
oh hell no.
he might as well just have to hop in the ring.
Nah, they'll get down there and get shot. I wouldn't recommend that. Tank stands crazy as hell.
You think the niggas moving like that?
Hey man, it's Texas, man. You catch them outside the stadium, they they could pin that shit as a self defense situation.
What?
It's shit. It's Texas. Everybody got guns. You go outside the stadium, they can be like, "Oh man,
No.
stand
What
your
I'm
ground,
saying
bro."
though, damn, that's true. If he goes to that fight, he gonna have to buy tickets for security and all that shit.
It's especially because that recent footage came out where that dude is saying that he got jumped by Haney security. Man, they'll use that shit and be like, "Oh man, you know what they be on, bro.
The fucking
You know what they be on."
the Muslim thugs. That's
The
what they be
damn,
on, bro. You
yeah,
know how they
man.
be, yeah. But that's just crazy though with that dude trying to jump in on fucking Haney. and shit. Like, nigga, what the fuck niggas be on, bro? I heard he
Yeah,
was in the ring. They said he was in the ring yelling out "Jesus is King" or some shit while a whole
I
bunch of
mean,
Muslims was praying.
whatever he did, he violated somebody's personal space because he got beat up. You should have like stop playing games. I mean, yeah,
So nobody
nobody.
has faith in, in Frank. I actually do have faith in Frank. I really do. I feel like the way he's training, he's actually motivated to do
This is
some.
why he got beat up.
What?
The dude that Haney security beat up.
Oh, so we see some Oliver McCall shit. I don't know. We said that about T.O., and then T.O. went out there and did his thing against Josh Taylor. But Josh Taylor was fucked up his damn self.
Yeah, and then Tio looked like ass his very next fight. It's like, damn.
Somebody said he's the most inconsistent fighter ever.
Tiafimo, basically, I mean, shit, you gotta like if you're not 100%, you gonna lose. But if you're 100% and you're decent, you'll probably beat him.
Jermaine Taylor, he's talking about something. I really beat him, bro. Did you even really like try for real? Like, goddamn, they should have stepped it up a little bit more. I mean, just a little bit more. Goddamn.
I I scored the fight for Jermaine by a round. I didn't have him washing Tiafimo by any means, but I scored it for Jermaine by a round.
He
I
was
do think it was.
looking crazy because he making it seem like he washed this nigga or something. Like, bro, you barely even landed some shit too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a wash by any means because he wasn't throwing enough punches for whatever reason. I'm like, shit, if you had the aggression you had with Lomachenko, you might have got a knockdown or two.
You know what it was? He was too buff coming into the fight in that weight cut. You don't want to say it.
That and I think he was legitimately concerned about Tiafimo's power because Tiafimo can punch now. Like Tiafimo can punch. Like Tiafimo, is a certified puncher. It's just that his ring IQ is horrible. His ring IQ is god
Honestly,
awful.
in my opinion, I don't consider you really, really elite if you don't have a jab.
Uh,
Fucking niggas.
yeah, you would.
Let's be real here. Like everybody know to set shit up, you have to have a jab. And I ain't saying you gotta have like the best jab out there, but you gotta understand the importance of a jab. T.O. will literally walk niggas down with his hands down, not throwing shit, just trying to throw a fucking left hook when he gets close enough.
Yeah, that's fair. You can't be elite in the skill department with no jab. That's fair. That's not to say you can't be an elite fighter, because if you have the wins, that's what makes you an elite fighter. But in the skill department, yeah, if you don't have a jab, you're not going to be elite in that area. Yes, that's fair. He didn't beat up T. Yeah, no one accusing him of whooping T.O. ass. I just said he won the boxing match. That's all I said. Yeah, I'm not saying he dogged T.O. or he whooped his ass or he really showed what he can do.
You gotta have a jab, man. Niggas are not throwing no fucking jabs. I be looking like, or when they do throw a jab, they throw too many and like the wrong type of jabs. Like Tony Harrison versus Tim Tszyu was an example of like overusing the jab and not using it the right way.
I don't think there's a such thing as overusing the jab. I think that you got to put stuff with it. Like if you listen to Tony Harrison's father, he always used to say, "You got a beautiful jab, son, but don't leave it out there by itself. Bring a hook with it. Bring something with it." So I don't think you can overuse a jab. I think you just can't. You can't rely on it unless you have the speed, athleticism, and dimensions. Like a Fedora could win every fight off of a jab if he really wanted to. He just has to move his legs. But other fighters don't have those kind of dimensions where they can constantly keep you at range and move.
Yeah. But shit, I'm about to get up out of here, man.
All right, for sure. Thanks for having me up.
Hell yeah, we're gonna do this shit when the fight get closer too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, later.